Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittibahu wa arina al-batila batilan warzuqna ijtinabahu. After praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is creator and nourisher of everything what exists in this universe, and submitting and sending salutation to our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who is the last messenger and the great leader of humanity in this world. My dear listener, respected elders, youngster, sisters and brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Weekly Darsa Quran Study Circle. Inshallah, I'm going to explain to you in this study circle, in this dars, ayat number 218. We have already done it. This was about migration. And what type of migration is more important? Is it migration of physical from one land to another land, or migration in your character from un-Islamic character to Islamic character and qualities? The next ayah is 219. This ayah is very important. In this one ayah, there are three important topics are discovered. One is about drinking alcohol. Second is about gambling. And third is spending money in the society for those who are vulnerable and those who are needy. Please listen to the ayah, and then inshallah I will explain the objective of ayah and the meaning.
يسألونك عن الخمر والميسر قل فيهما إثم كبير ومنافع للناس وإثمهما أكبر من نفعهما ويسألونك ماذا ينفقون قل العفو كذلك يبين الله لكم الآيات لعلكم تتفكرون.
They ask you about intoxicants and gambling. Say, there is gross sin in them, and some benefits for people, but their sinfulness outweighs their benefit. And they ask you about what they should give. Say, the surplus. Thus God explains the revelations to you, so that you may think.
Ayat Mubarak is very important. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْحَمْرِ. Khamr, intoxicant, and this mostly is the wine, alcohol. Intoxicant is a wider term. At that time, mostly the wine and alcohol was the main cause of kind of intoxication. And the definition is that anything which take control of the human thinking and make him senseless or thinkless, it is considered as intoxicants, and it's very fatal for health point of view. Some are very quickly affect our health and some are affect slowly. The oldest form is the alcohol and wine. Wine was prohibited in Islam gradually. During Makkah period, it was allowed. Later on, some Sahaba, when they were offering praying, they were already drunk. And while they were reciting the Quran Kareem, they made a mistake. And then ayah was revealed that لا تقربوا الصلاة وأنتم سكارى, that you are not allowed to pray, to offer prayer when you are drunk. And later when Muslim migrated to Medina and Islamic State was established, it was completely prohibited. This ayah was revealed at that time because this is Surah Al-Baqrah. Surah Al-Baqrah was revealed in Medina Sharif. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ. When it was prohibited, of course people had some question, and non-Muslim had also some question about it. And this is the answer to those questions. They ask you about the intoxicants and gambling. Say, there is a gross sin in them. It was summarized that if you are drinking alcohol or using intoxicants or gambling, there is a gross sin, not small sin, gross sin. They have got so much disadvantages. and they're very much harmful for the human society. And some benefits, and there are no doubt some benefits because people have been using it. The benefits are very small. The reason is giving you small psychological satisfaction, but a lot of waste of money because it provides you some kind of encouragement or bravery temporarily, but later on the nerve system is very badly affected. So there is gross disadvantage or sin. Some benefits for the people, but their sinfulness outright the benefit. وَإِسْمُهَا أَكْبَرُ مِنْ نَفْعِهَا. Outright their benefit. So don't think that you are losing something. You are not losing, you are gaining by getting rid of this drinking alcohol and this gambling. This ayah was revealed 1400 years ago. At that time, medicines and medical education was not very advanced. Societies were not advanced as nowadays. There was not research, there was not data collection, there was not that kind of analysis, there was not kind of a medical different development like nowadays. But it is a miracle that the statement which was declared in Quran Kareem 1400 years ago is 100% correct nowadays. And a lot of research in the West and in the East, in America and in Europe, proved that drinking or intoxicants are very much harmful for the human being. This includes wine, heroin, alcohol, and this damage is to the digestive system of the human being, nerve system of the human being, heart and blood circulatory system, brain problem, throat problem, blood pressure, and so many things. And there is a great relationship which was proved that crime and the drinking, those are drunk, they mostly do a lot of crime, rape, killing, theft. In even criminology, it has been proved that this drunk situation is very highly supportive for the crimes. People do a crime when they're in drunk situation. This is the reason that the drinking is considered as Ummul Khabais, mother of all evils. And if somebody is a drunk, you can ask him any crime, he will do it because he has lost his senses. His brain is not working. His brain overcome with the situation of the sentiments. And this is not only Islam, but it is prohibited in Bible also. It is in the chapter 5, as ayat 18, amphibians. They also say, and be not drink by wine. And this is also in the proverb. And there was a small report in USA, which was conducted by National Crime Victimization Survey Bureau of Justice, that in 1986, 2,713 rape was due to the drunk or her drinking. And similarly, in UK, there is a big loss to NHS. There was a study it was carried out 2000, I think in 19, by The Guardian, that 3.5 billion pound losses are due to the drinking alcohol. And the second thing is that every 10th person in the hospital is due to the alcohol. 10% of all hospital occupation is due to the drinking alcohol. And this is the reason that Islam has banned it. It's considered as a crime, punishable with the lashes 1400 years ago. And till today is true. This is not a freedom. Some people know I have a right, I can to drink it. This is not allowed because the benefit is outright the damages and the losses. Look at this, Smuha Kabir. Outright the losses of sinfulness, outright their benefits. So one is not allowed to drink on this basis that he wants an enjoyment. Eventually he's going to. The reason is there are two kinds of loss. One is loss to the society, one is loss to the individual. The loss of society is to the crime, medical conditions, this type of things. And individual society is loss of health. Like kind of just I mentioned you, nerve system, digestive system, heart and blood circulatory system, brain problem, throat problem, blood pressure. All these are to an individual, and eventually he is losing his own health. He is losing his own life. So this reason he is prohibited to act it. This is not part of the human freedom. Second is the master is gambling. Gambling has become now industry, and wine has become an industry, but this is due to the shaitan provocation. Gambling is not an enjoyment. Gambling is a greed. One wants to make rich without investing big money or without doing any efforts. Gambling is that when somebody pay money and there is no return of any kind, zero return, either big amount of return, big amount, many times more than what he invest, many thousand times, either zero. If there is some return, then it's not a gambling because maybe his capital is lost and some capital has been saved. Gambling is not an economic activity. Why? In gambling, we never produce any services, any product. There is no capital, there is no labor, there is no material, there is no value added to the society, economic activity. It is just a movement of a capital from poor people, those mostly participating in the gambling, in the bets, to go to the richer people who are organizer of these bets, organizer of these clubs or these organizations. So again, this is a big sin for the common society. Allah subhanahu, look, I mean, all these commands are not for the benefit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is for the human being, whether he is a Muslim, whether he is a non-Muslim, whether he is Christian, whether if he is living in Islamic society, he will be benefited. Those who do not drink, they are much healthier and safer in their life than, as compared to those who are drinking. Those who are gambling, they are losing much more money as compared to those who are not gambling but doing an economic activity. These are very important things. The next thing which was discussed was Maza Yunfikun, what they should spend. This is a very important thing, inshallah. In next dars, I will explain to it that what we should spend and how we should spend and who is deserving. Look, all these things are, whether it is a alcohol, intoxication, or intoxicants, or it is gambling, or it is spending money for the poor and needy, is for the benefit of society. So Islam is a religion which is for the welfare of human being, irrespective of any religion, race, any color, any language, any geographical location, for all the humanity who is living on this earth. May Allah give us tawfiq to read the Quran properly. It is very important. This is يُبَيِّنُ لَكُمُ الْآيَاتُ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَفَكَّرُونَ. The revelation, thus God explained the revelation to you so that you may think. It's very important that when we read Quran, we must understand it. It's a big irony that we are reading Quran and we are educated, we do not understand anything. This is I think, disrespect to the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you read his message and you do not know what his message is. Is it possible for a person, if he is reading a book in a library or in a course, and he does not know what the book says, and then he's going to appear in an exam? Unfortunately, the more emphasis is given onto the reading without understanding is not correct. There is very little benefit, and it is overemphasized to divert a person from the main benefit to small benefit, like a penny wise and pound foolish. It is very important that emphasize on tajweed is not so important as understanding is important. No doubt tajweed is good for non-Arab, but it's not so good because at the Prophet time there was 7 except. It is how you pronounce the word. But to understand the word is more important than pronunciation. Unfortunately, since it became a business of teaching and leading the prayer, so it's become economic activity, so it is promoted by the teachers for their own interest. But it's the parent duty that they make sure that their children are learning the Quran Kareem, they understanding Quran Kareem also. And you should share with them. They try to understand by themselves and explain to them. May Allah give us tawfiq to understand the Quran properly and convey its message nicely, effective way, as it's going to be appeal for other people. And may Allah give us tawfiq to provide help and assistance and convenience for our other people. This is the main objective of Islam, to make human life easy. These are hukuk al-ibad. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Inshallah, see you next week. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.